原さん誰選ぶ？
じゃあ俺が平八するか？
ゴッキーにするか。
悪魔。
Okay, so this is the first time the game has been created on the Unreal Engine 4, so you can see quite a difference in the level of graphic quality. And a lot of new gameplay mechanics as well that we'll kind of touch on as we're going to start fighting. First, you might notice I've chosen Akuma from the Street Fighter series. So that's maybe the first time that some of your viewers have seen this. We actually built him from scratch. We didn't receive any data from Capcom.
Nice.
We just kind of looked at him in their games and then tried to recreate it in our engine.
Do you feel that you based him around the Street Fighter mechanics over the Tekken mechanics, or do you feel that you made him Akuma in Tekken?
You know, he's got to feel natural to the people who've already been playing him in the Street Fighter series. But that said, you know, this is 3D, so the way his fireballs look, what kind of moves that he might have that would track sideways, like the Tekken characters. He also does have mechanics that Tekken characters don't have, like the meter and such. And this Dragon Punch. That's quite different because most characters in Tekken, when I attack him and he guards, then it's his turn to attack, right? But I can be at a disadvantage and then throw out a uppercut and catch people off guard. So it's something that's quite different from the normal 3D Tekken mechanics.
So what was it about Akuma specifically that made him the character in the Street Fighter universe that you wanted to pull into Tekken 7?
なんで悪魔選んだのか、ストリートファイターの中では。
一番のきっかけはもう7年ぐらい前にカプコンの、人たちといわゆるストリートファイターと鉄拳を何かやっていこうと言った時に、僕らはゲームだけじゃなくてやっぱりストーリーのエピソード一部こう関わったら面白いんじゃないかってアイデア思いついた時にやっぱりストリートファイター側で一番邪悪な存在って誰だろうと思ったんです。すごく鉄拳ってダークで邪悪なキャラが多いので、その時にやっぱり一番最初に邪悪だと思えたのが悪魔だったんですね。
So, you know, originally the discussion with Capcom about maybe doing something together was taking place before even Street Fighter Cross Tekken about 7 years ago. And so at that initial time when we were kind of thinking of who would be a good match with the Tekken environment, you know, the dark aspect of maybe Heihachi, Kazuya, and those guys kind of personified Tekken from the user standpoint. And when we thought about who would be a good match from Street Fighter, obviously Akuma was, you know, the top choice. So that's kind of how that came about as far as character selection goes.
Is there any other characters that maybe we didn't get to see in Tekken 6 that are going to be making an appearance?
That didn't appear in Tekken 6 or Tag 2?
Or Tag 2 as well. Is there any new characters that we're going to be seeing in 7 that we haven't seen in a while?
7. Yes, actually, if you count from Tag 2, which was the last installment, then you have quite a few. For example, there's Catarina, a female character from Brazil. There's Claudio, a male character from Italy. There's Gigas. There's Lucky Chloe. Maybe you like her, right? A kind of Japan-centric girl. There's also Kazumi Mishima, who is the wife of Heihachi. And she plays a central role in the story this time. So you might have seen her in some of the earlier trailers for Tekken 7. So there's probably the most new characters to date, I think, as an update in the series.
Do any of them have unique mechanics like Akuma?
Kazumi's got some, not as different as this because he's an actual 2D fighter, but they all have their own particular thing. For example, Katarina's very, do you remember the Capoeira characters from earlier installments? They were pretty easy to kind of, you know, mash on the kick buttons and have cool stuff happen, where Katarina's kind of a similar concept where you can do that, you don't know what you're doing, but you just try to input some buttons and something cool and flashy occurs. So it's kind of a novice character to help people get accustomed to the series, I think. And then I guess for maybe Kazumi, she's got some different characteristics like a tiger that she can call out and have them attack the opponent. She has like this floating move that kind of is something that other characters don't have, where she floats towards them and has several different low and high options, for example. So each character, when we design them, have a specific way that we envision them to be played. Obviously, when the players get their hands on them, they do something we don't envision a lot of times. So this is a new mechanic that he's just showing off now called the Rage Art. So you can see that I decreased his health limit, gauge, and it starts flashing red. So that was always there in Tekken, the Rage mechanic. But now you have the option to do the rage art, which is you do a certain command that's specific for a character, and it does massive damage. It has armor on startup, which means like if he's hitting me, I can still power through that, do my rage art, do like the spectacular finish, and then it just destroys your opponent. So you don't have to be a Tekken ace to be able to do a comeback against your opponent. Also, some other things that we might have shown while we were playing, it's just I can't keep up talking and playing. It's quite difficult, is rage drive. So we've tried to give characters visual cues when they're doing something specific. Like the rage drive is you'll have a blue outline, and when you're in rage, you can choose to do the rage drive like I just mentioned, or the rage, the rage art. But the rage drive is like if you're on the offense, not for a comeback, but I want to finish him off. Like we're fighting, me and you. I want to finish you off. You're in the corner, just a sliver of health left. Normally, if I attack him and he blocks, then fighting game-wise, it's my turn's over. His turn to attack. But I can like just reset that. I can attack him even if he blocks. I'm still in the position of advantage to attack. So there are just more new mechanics to give you a variety of options and to have a different level of strategy to keep him guessing about what I'm going to do.
Do you guys have a release date?
No.
Well, not an exact one. We have early 2017.
Oh, awesome.
And it's new for the Tekken series. We're also going to have it on PC this time around.
Oh,
So
wow.
we announced at E3 that we're going to have Xbox One, PS4, and then PC release.
So now there's multiple ways to become the king of the Iron Fist. You and me, Harada. My martial law, I'm telling you, is an unstoppable force. Always in Tekken games. Guys, thank you so much for showing off Tekken 7 here at Gamescom, the Twitch booth. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I think that's it for the day.
I think so.
I think we are
We're the
wrapped.
last ones, huh?
Day,
Yeah.
I mean.